Hey, welcome back everybody to part 2 of my 80s Blu-ray collection. Today we're going to do the years 1983 to 1985. So first we got Videodrome. Joysticks. This is a hard to find Blu-ray because it was limited, I believe, to 1,000. Yeah, I paid a good amount on eBay for that one, but it's fun. Curtains. Ten to Midnight. The Outsiders. Screwballs. 80s teen sex comedy. Kind of like a Porky's ripoff. Valley Girl. Love the scenes like in the mall, like early 80s. Return of the Jedi. Again, I got this from eBay, these custom made. Psycho 2. War Games. Always used to watch this on cable back in the day. It was always on, like channel 11. Superman 3. Porky's 2 and Porky's Revenge. Jaws 3 in 3D. The House on Sorority Row. Private School or Private School for Girls. National Lampoon's Vacation. Krull. Risky Business. Cujo. Mr. Mom. You're the Hunter from the Future. I didn't even get a chance to see this yet. It looks cheesy. Microwave Massacre. Nightmares. This is an anthology, like horror movie anthology. Really liked the one right here with Emilio Estevez. The Bishop of Battle. Great segment. Revenge of the Ninja. Great ninja movie. Sweet 16. The Big Chill. Bunch of baby boomers hitting their 30s or something like that. All the Right Moves. This one I just picked up from Scream Factory, The Dead Zone. One of my favorite Stephen King adaptations. The Prey. Originally shot in 1979, but released in 83. Got a lot of horror here. Blood Rage. This is really, really good. Now, one of my favorite horror movies, Sleepaway Camp. Got this autographed by Felissa Rose, who plays Angela. You guys should know about the ending of this. Classic. Another classic here, Scarface, love it. John Carpenter's Christine, another really good Stephen King adaptation. Prozzy, or Olivia, it's called. Some exploitation movies, Women's Prison Massacre. Suburbia, this is a good movie about like punks. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Now we're getting into, oh no, still in 83. Last one from 83 is Surf 2. Just recently picked this up from Vinegar Syndrome. Wow, yeah, this is so 80s. I love it. It was great. Now 1984, we got Hot Dog the Movie. Another sex comedy scheme. Angel. Blame It on Rio. Yeah, this is kind of creepy. I don't think you can get away with this now. Repo Man, Emilio Estevez. Another good punk 80s movie. Children of the Corn, love this movie too. Stephen King again. This is an awesome slipcover. Arrow Video. Where the Boys Are, 1984. Didn't really like this one too much, but for 80s nostalgia. Hard Bodies. Always remember this cover at the video rental store. Break-In and Break-In 2. Awesome 80s breakdancing movie. By the way, Jean-Claude Van Damme is like a spectator in the beginning of this, like when they're breakdancing on by the beach. He's there clapping his hands. It's crazy. One of my favorites, 16 Candles. Another Stephen King, Firestarter. This was alright. Not my favorite. Now this one, Temple of Doom. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I remember watching this on cable, and the part where the guy rips his heart, the other guy's heart out. Yeah, for a kid to see that, that's kind of crazy. And it's a PG-13. I think this is what sparked the whole PG-13 rating craze. That and Gremlins, and we'll get to that soon. Star Trek 3, Search for Spock. And here we go, Gremlins again. You know, like these movies back in the 80s were marketed for kids, but they're dark, you know? They had dark humor and elements of horror to it, and I think this is why this one got the PG-13 rating. Another Spielberg, by the way. Classic Ghostbusters. Another classic, Karate Kid. Splatter University. The Last Starfighter. Never Ending Story. And I grew up on these kids' movies of the 80s. Classic, Revenge of the Nerds. Chud. I just love the setting. I love movies that take place in New York City in the 80s. It's grimy. I love it. Another grimy movie, Exterminator 2. Ninja 3, The Domination. love this movie too. The first 10 minutes is hilarious. The Wildlife, Hot Moves. This was another expensive Blu-ray, out of print, limited too, I think. Savage Streets. Huge Linda Blair fan. This is definitely exploitation at its best right there. The Mutilator. Body Double. Silent Madness in 3D. I was really impressed by this. And it looks really good in 3D too. The Terminator. I'll always prefer this one over the second one. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Highly controversial at the time. Night of the Comet. Nightmare on Elm Street. I would have to say this series is my second favorite. Friday the 13th, of course, is my first. The Initiation, another great little slasher. This one's a little underrated, I think. It doesn't get talked about too much. 2010, the year we made contact. This is supposed to be the sequel to 2001: A Space Odyssey. Very good science fiction movie. Starman. Dune. Love this movie. Epic soundtrack score by Toto. I mean, it's just... I pre-ordered the 4K version that's coming out. I really like this movie. This was like a huge bomb back when it was released. Huge, but it's got a cult following. Exploitation movie, Alley Cat. This movie, oh my god. I bought this as a blind buy off eBay. Bad Manners. Wow, you just gotta see it. Like, this is wacky. It's like a kid's exploitation movie, really. I mean, you can't make movies like these today. Christina. Blood Theater. Blind Date. Trancers. Tough Turf. We got Robert Downey Jr. Avenging Angel. Sequel to Angel. The New Kids. I haven't seen this one yet. I bought it and I just had it on my shelf. I gotta watch it. Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2. Love it. One of my favorites right here too. The Breakfast Club. This movie, Baby, The Secret of the Lost Legend. Crazy. Like, this is a Disney movie and it's about a dinosaur. They find a dinosaur. It's bad animatronics. It's weird. Another movie. It's like PG and it's got nudity in it. I don't get it. I mean, as kids, we were exposed to this stuff. Fraternity Vacation. This was good. Just picked that one up. This I remember. VHS back in the day. Desperately Seeking Susan with Madonna. Loved Madonna back in the day. Hellhole. This is a crazy exploitation movie. Women's prison type stuff. And just one of the guys. Love this one. Another teen sex comedy. Rambo, First Blood Part 2. Great action. Now this movie, easily in my probably top 5. Love The Goonies. Absolutely love this movie to death. I could watch it right now. I could watch it anytime. It'll never get old. I remember seeing that in the theaters. Secret Admirer. The Stuff. Life Force. It's a crazy movie too. Back to the Future trilogy. I love Back to the Future. Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. This is one of the first movie posters I remember seeing. 'Cause I remember when going to see Back to the Future and seeing the posters at the cinema for the... You know, they don't make movie posters like they used to. Explorers. With River Phoenix and a young Ethan Hawke. Day of the Dead. Legend of Billie Jean. I remember seeing that one on Cinemax back in the day. One of the first movies I ever saw. I remember watching. European Vacation. It's okay. Weird Science. Fright Night. This is another limited edition Blu-ray. My Science Project. Didn't enjoy that one too much, but I had to have it for my 80's collection. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I don't know why, but they left my ass off on this. Return of the Living Dead. Teen Wolf. Invasion USA. Commando. Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. This is another one I remember watching on cable. One of my first movies I watched. I just set in New York. I love that. I love the scene where he's fighting the guys on the Statue of Liberty. I highly recommend that one. Reanimator. Transylvania 65000. Tomboy. This is another hard to find Blu-ray. Clue. Really enjoy this. Always watch this on cable. Now this I just picked up. I haven't seen yet. Brazil, but I hear a lot of good things about it. I didn't even open it yet, but I'm gonna watch that soon. Loose Screws. Screwballs Part 2. Sex comedy. This movie is out there too. Night Train to Terror. It's like an anthology movie, but it's just wacky. It's 3 different segments of movies that were not completed. Like, that's how weird it is. Nail Gun Massacre. Cheesy. I love it. This one, you know, I like Sho Kosugi, the ninja movies of the 80's. Pray for Death. This was a good revenge movie. Howling 2. This is batshit crazy. House. This is a horror comedy. I really didn't find this too funny. I don't know. I had to have it just because it's iconic. I remember that artwork. Oh, and the last one I got here, I believe it's 1985 or 86, is Legend. And they are making Arrow is coming out with a copy of that too. I'm gonna order. Alright guys, so that's it. If you have any comments or you want me to go into further detail on any of these movies, hit me up in the comments. I love talking. I love talking about movies. The next section I'm going to do is probably 86 to 87. And I'll catch you on the next video.